Is it time to buy or sell Opendoor Technologies stock? In this video, we will explore Opendoor Technologies in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Friday, the 22nd of August, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool, powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 7th of July, in the year 2025, our system has ranked Opendoor Technologies as a hold or accumulate, assigning it a score of 0. Let's examine the stock's performance during this time frame. Throughout this period, the stock has exceeded our expectations, achieving a remarkable gain of 700.83% since we first recommended purchasing Opendoor Technologies 35 days ago. This amounts to an average return of 20.02% each day since it was classified as hold or accumulate. A score of 0 signifies that our system foresees considerable volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. Given the latest developments, we cannot ascertain the stock's next direction, as it could potentially move in either direction. This stock has broken through a very wide and strong upward trend in the short term, and an even stronger rate of increase is indicated. For any pullback, there will now be support at the ceiling of the current trend, which has been broken at $4.45, a level that may present a second opportunity for significant gains. According to fan theory, $6.23 will be the next possible peak level in the trend, creating a resistance point that may not be surpassed on the first attempt. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential increase of 257.07% over the upcoming 3 months, with a possible return ranging between 90.07% and 217.17%. Looking at the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of negative 11.75%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could fluctuate between negative 92.91% and negative 11.75% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between 35.5 cents and $4.42. Our latest daily update for Opendoor Technologies highlights significant movements in the stock price on Friday, with a fluctuation of 47.67% between the high and low. On the last trading day, which was Friday, the 22nd of August, 2025, the stock price of Opendoor Technologies Inc. increased by 39.17%, climbing from $3.60 to $5.01. During that day, the stock fluctuated 47.67%, with a low of $3.44 and a high of $5.08. The price has risen in 7 of the last 10 days, and it has surged by 156.92% over the past 2 weeks. The trading volume also increased, with 429 million more shares traded compared to the previous day. In total, 628 million shares changed hands for approximately $3.15 billion. Looking back over the past 52 weeks, the highest stock price was $5.08, while the lowest was 50.8 cents. Currently, the price stands 1.38%, or 7 cents, below the 52-week high, and 87.23%, or $34.23, below the all-time high, which occurred on the 11th of February, 2021, when the price reached $39.24. Opendoor shares experienced a remarkable surge on Friday, increasing by approximately 25 to 27% during the day and continuing a rally that has elevated the stock by about 40% since the second quarter results. Two significant catalysts are driving this momentum: dovish comments from the Federal Reserve Chair at Jackson Hole, which enhance the likelihood of interest rate cuts, an event that could stimulate buyer demand and transaction volumes in the housing market, and the company's strong messaging regarding aggressive artificial intelligence adoption and increased engagement with retail investors. These factors are currently enhancing sentiment, trading volume, and valuation. as investors anticipate a quicker recovery in home sales and potential profit growth from technology-driven efficiencies. Looking further ahead, sustainable growth will rely on effective execution. Consistent interest rate reductions, coupled with substantial cost savings driven by artificial intelligence and improved unit economics, could boost revenues and profitability, thereby supporting a higher stock price. However, there are counterbalancing factors to consider, including persistent challenges in the housing market, rising inflation risks, a still pessimistic outlook for management, and the risk that momentum driven by retail investors could outstrip the underlying fundamentals, all of which could lead to abrupt reversals if actual results do not align with the recent excitement. Analyst ratings. On Wednesday, the 6th of August, 2025, it was reported that Citigroup assigned Open a sell rating along with a downgrade action. On Tuesday, the 22nd of July, 2025, it was reported that Morgan Stanley rated Open as overweight with a hold action. On Wednesday, the 16th of April, 2025, it was reported that Citigroup gave Open an outperform rating with a hold action. On Friday, the 28th of February, 2025, it was reported that Citigroup rated Open as neutral with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 14th of May, 2024, it was reported that UBS assigned Open a market outperform rating with a hold action. Analysts have assigned Opendoor Technologies stock a general sell rating. They evaluate the price-to-earnings ratio as a strong sell, while the price-to-book ratio is considered a buy. Regarding return on investment, analysts have given the stock a strong sell rating. The following signals have been identified for Opendoor Technologies. The stock of Opendoor Technologies Inc. presents buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, suggesting a positive forecast for the stock. Additionally, there is a general buy signal indicated by the relationship between these averages, with the short-term average positioned above the long-term average. During any downward corrections, support is expected at $3.63 and $2.23. A decline below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. A buy signal emerged from a pivot bottom point on the 31st of July, 2025. And since then, the stock has appreciated by 172.28%. Further increases are anticipated until a new top pivot is established. Moreover, there is a buy signal from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, or MACD. Volume is increasing alongside the price, which is considered a favorable technical indicator. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal from 17 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal from 100 days ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal from 11 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 36 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages, buy signal from 34 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, buy signal from 11 days ago. The long-term moving average, buy signal from 31 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages, buy signal from 26 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for Opendoor Technologies. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $3.78. With no support from accumulated volume beneath today's level, the risk is heightened. A drop below the support level may result in a significant decline in the stock price. This stock exhibits considerable movement throughout the day, indicating high volatility. The prediction interval from the Bollinger Band suggests that this stock carries a very high risk. Over the last day, the stock fluctuated by $1.64 between its high and low, which represents approximately 47.67%. For the past week, the stock's daily average volatility has been around 24.27%. Before we dive into the potential trading levels for Opendoor Technologies, let's briefly review some key fundamental data. First, we have the price-to-earnings ratio, commonly known as the PE ratio. This important metric assesses a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. A negative PE ratio indicates that the company is experiencing negative earnings or is operating at a loss. Even well-established companies can face downturns, often due to factors beyond their control. However, persistently negative PE ratios could signal inadequate profits and an increased risk of bankruptcy. In other news, the upcoming earnings report for the third quarter of 2025 is anticipated on the 6th of November, 2025. Analysts are projecting consensus estimates at negative 0.07. It's essential to monitor these figures, as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Opendoor Technologies. There's no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which means the stock could move upward swiftly under the right conditions. In this case, you might want to enter a position and use volume to determine when to exit. On the downside, Opendoor Technologies encounters its first support level at $3.78. If this support level holds, it could be a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for Opendoor Technologies from multiple analyst sources is to sell. Now, let's examine some recent insider trades. The 5 most recent insider trades were executed by Schaub Sidney, who bought and sold 158,810 shares or options in the company. Analyzing the 100 most recent insider trades, we find that the insider power is positive, with a ratio of 24.116. In total, insiders purchased 7,445,978 shares and sold 5,176,115 shares in the last 100 trades. Our recommended stop loss is set at $4.83, reflecting a decrease of 3.5%. This stock experiences substantial daily fluctuations, which introduces a significant level of risk. A buy signal has emerged from a pivot bottom identified 16 days ago. Is Opendoor Technologies stock a good buy? Opendoor Technologies Inc. currently presents several positive signals. However, we do not believe these are sufficient to classify it as a buy candidate. At this time, it should be regarded as a hold candidate, with the possibility of accumulating more shares while awaiting further developments. Due to some minor weaknesses observed in the technical outlook, we have adjusted our analysis conclusion for this stock from a buy recommendation to a hold status since our last evaluation. After examining the volatility and movements from the previous trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is overvalued. For trading on Monday, the 25th of August, we anticipate that Opendoor Technologies will open lower by 0.5%, beginning trading at $4.51. We remind you that trading involves a significant risk of losing money, and it is advisable to consult with a financial advisor before making any decisions regarding the purchase or sale of securities. Your investment choices should not be solely based on information from StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment decisions. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With warm regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.